Assalamu alaikum. Before we start, there's a couple of announcements. If someone has lost their valid coupon 9025, it's up in front, so you can take it whenever you realize you've lost yours. The second announcement is that there's a ladies only course happening here at Al-Ilm, the Dora Quran course, and the speaker is Ms. Huma Najam. It's from the 1st to 27th of Ramadan at 10 a.m. to 12:30. The venue is Sapphire, first floor, Ramada, Karachi Creek Hotel in Phase 8. Arrangements will be made for mothers with small kids and valet service is available as well. The flyers have been handed out in the women's section yesterday. If you would like further information about courses at Al-Ilm, please leave your name and contact on the form available on each floor. It's for ladies. This one is for ladies only. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the ever merciful. Is not He Allah who has created the heavens and the earth, sends down rain from the sky, and with it brings forth the beautiful gardens, not better than the false gods that they worship? It is not in your ability to cause the growth of trees for those gardens. Is there another God besides Allah who could do that? No doubt they are a people who have swerved from justice in ascribing equals to Him. Just think, who has made the earth a place for your residence, caused in it the rivers to flow, set mountains upon it, and placed a barrier between the two seas? Is there another God besides Allah? Nay, most of them have no knowledge. Just think who answers the oppressed person when he cries out to him and relieves his affliction and makes you, O mankind, inheritors of the earth. Is there another God besides Allah? How little do you reflect? Just think who guides you in the darkness on the land and the sea, and who sends the winds as heralds of good news of His mercy. Is there another God besides Allah? Exalted be Allah above what they associate with Him. Just think, who originates creation and then repeats its production, and who gives you sustenance from the heavens and the earth? Is there another God besides Allah? Say, show us your proof if you are telling the truth. Say, no one in the heavens or in the earth has the knowledge of the unseen except Allah. And their gods do not know when they shall be raised to life again. Their knowledge does not grasp the hereafter, rather they are in doubt about it. Nay, they are blind concerning it. The unbelievers say, what? When we and our fathers have become dust, shall we really be raised from the dead? This promise which is made to us was also made to our forefathers before us. These are nothing but the legends of prior people. Say, travel through the earth and see what has been the end of the criminals. O Prophet, do not worry about them, nor feel distressed because of their plots. They also ask, when will this promise be fulfilled if what you say is true? Say, it may be that a part of what you wish to hasten is near at hand. Surely your Rabb is very gracious to mankind, yet most of them are ungrateful. Indeed, your Rabb knows what their breasts conceal and what they reveal. Nor is there any secret in the heaven and the earth which is not recorded in a clear book. In fact, this Quran clarifies to the children of Israel most of those matters in which they differ. It is certainly a guide and a blessing to true believers. Surely your Rabb will decide between them by His judgment. He is the Almighty, the All-Knowing. Therefore, put your trust in Allah, for you are certainly on the manifest truth. The fact is that you cannot make the dead hear you, nor can you make the deaf hear the call, especially when they turn their backs and pay no heed. nor can you guide the blind people to prevent them from straying. None will listen to you except those who believe in our revelations and become Muslims. When the time to fulfill our word comes to pass, we will bring out from the earth a monster that shall speak to them, because the people do not believe in our revelations. On that day, we shall gather from every nation a multitude of those who disbelieved our revelations. Then they shall be arranged in classifications according to their merits, until when they have all arrived, the Rabb will ask, did you deny my revelations without gaining their comprehensive knowledge? If not, what else were you doing? The sentence will be carried out against them for the consequence of their wrongdoings, and they will not be able to utter a word. Do they not see that we have made the night for them to rest in, and the day to give them light? Surely there are signs in this for the true believers. On the day when the trumpet shall be blown, and all who dwell in the heavens and the earth shall be terrified, except those whom Allah will choose to spare, and all shall come to Him in utter humiliation. These mountains which you see and think are firmly fixed will pass away like clouds. Such is the might of Allah, who has perfected all things. He is aware of what you do. Those who have done good deeds shall be rewarded with what is better, and shall be secure from the terror of that day. And those who have done evil deeds shall be flung upon their faces in the hellfire. Should you not be rewarded according to your deeds? O Muhammad, say to them, I have been commanded to worship the Rabb of this city Makkah, the one who has made it sacred, and who is the owner of all things. And I am commanded to be of those who are Muslims, and that I should recite the Quran. Now whoever follows this guidance will be guided for his own good, and to him who goes astray I say, I am merely one of the warners. Then proclaim, praise be to Allah. Very soon He will show you His signs and you will recognize them. Your Rabb is not unaware of what you do. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Surah Qasas. Ta Sin Mim. These are the verses of the glorious book that makes the things clear. In all truth, we narrate to you some information about Musa and Pharaoh for the instruction of the believers. It is a fact that Pharaoh elevated himself in the land and divided its residents into groups, one group of which he oppressed, putting their sons to death and sparing only their females. Indeed, he was one of the mischief makers. But we wanted to favor those who were oppressed in the land, to make them leaders, to make them the heirs, to establish them in the land, and to show Pharaoh, Haman, and their warriors at their hands the same which they feared. So we revealed our will to the mother of Musa. Suckle him, and when you feel any danger to his life, cast him into the river without any fear or grief, for we shall certainly restore him to you, and make him one of our Rasuls. We made Pharaoh's family pick him from the river. It was intended that Musa become their adversary and a cause of their sorrow. Surely Pharaoh, Haman, and their warriors were all sinners. The wife of Pharaoh said, this child may become the comfort of the eyes for me and for you. Do not kill him. He may prove useful to us, or it may be that we will adopt him as our son. They were unaware of the result of what they were doing. On the other hand, the heart of Musa's mother was sorely troubled. She would have disclosed as to who he was had we not strengthened her heart so that she might become one of the true believers. She said to Musa's sister, go and follow him. So she, Musa's sister, watched him from a distance in such a way that the others did not notice it. We had already ordained that he would refuse to suck any foster mother. His sister came to Pharaoh's wife and said, Shall I point out to you a house whose people will take care of him for you, and they will be sincere to him? Thus did we restore him to his mother, that her eye might be comforted, that she might not grieve, and that she might know that the promise of Allah is true. Yet most of the people do not understand. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Surah Qasas, Ayah 14. When he reached maturity and became full grown, we bestowed on him wisdom and knowledge. Thus do we reward the righteous. One day he entered the city at a time when its people were not yet active. He found two men reaching each other's throats. One was from his own race and the other of his foes. The man of his own race appealed for his help against his foe, whereupon Musa gave his foe a blow which killed him. On seeing what he has done, he said, "This is from the work of Shaitan. Surely he is an enemy that openly misleads." Then he prayed, "O my Rabb, I have indeed wronged my soul. Please forgive me." So Allah forgave him. Surely he is the forgiving, the merciful. Musa said, "O my Rabb, after this favor that you have bestowed on me, I shall never be a helping hand to the criminals." Next morning, as he was walking in the city in fear and caution, suddenly he saw the same man whom he had helped the day before, cried out to him again for help. Musa told him, "You are certainly a misguided person." Then when Musa was about to lay his hands on a man who was an enemy to both of them, he cried out, "O Musa, do you intend to kill me as you killed a person yesterday? You only want to become a tyrant in the land and have no intention of reforming anything." At that time, there came a man running from the other end of the city and said, "O Musa, the chiefs are plotting to kill you, therefore run away. Surely I am your well-wisher." Hearing this, Musa left that place in fear and caution, praying, "O my Rabb, deliver me from the nation of wrongdoers." As he made his way toward Madian, he said, "Soon my Rabb shall guide me to the right way." When he arrived at the well of Madian, he saw a multitude of men watering their flocks, and besides them 2 women who were keeping their flocks back. He asked, "What is the problem?" They replied, "We cannot water our flocks until the shepherds take away their flocks from the water, because we are weak, and our father is a very old man." So he watered their flocks for them, and went back to the shade and prayed, "O my Rabb, surely I am in desperate need of whatever good that you may send down to me." Soon after that, one of the 2 women came to him walking bashfully and said, "My father is calling you. He wishes to reward you for watering our flocks for us." When Musa came to him and narrated his story, the old man said, "Have no fear. You have escaped from those wicked people." One of them said, "Father, hire him. The best that one can hire is a man who is strong and trustworthy." The old man said to Musa, "I am willing to give you one of my daughters in marriage if you stay in my service for 8 years. But you may complete 10 if you wish. I do not want to put you in trouble. Allah willing, you will find me one of the righteous." Musa replied, "So be it, an agreement between me and you. Whichever of the 2 terms I complete, let there be no compulsion on me. Allah is a surety over what we have agreed upon." After completing the term of his agreement, when Musa was traveling with his family, he saw a fire in the direction of Mount Tur. He said to his family, "Stay here. I saw a fire and I hope to bring some information from there, or a lighted torch with which you may warm yourselves." But when he reached there, a voice called out to him from the right side of the valley of the blessed spot from a tree, saying, "O Musa, surely I am Allah, the Rabb of the worlds." Then Allah commanded, "Throw down your staff." When Musa saw the staff was writhing like a snake, he turned his back and fled and did not even look back. Allah said, "O Musa, come back and do not fear. You are quite safe. Now put your hand into your pocket, it will come out shining white without any harm to you. Whenever you feel afraid, draw your hand towards yourself to ward off fear. These are two credentials from your Rabb towards Pharaoh and his chiefs. Surely they are wicked people. Musa submitted, O my Rabb, I have killed one of them. I fear that they will put me to death. My brother Harun is more eloquent in speech than I. Send him with me as a helper to confirm my words. I fear that they will treat me as a liar. Allah replied, we will certainly strengthen your arm with your brother and give both of you such authority that they shall not be able to harm you. Now proceed with our signs. You and those who follow you will surely triumph. When Musa came to them, the Pharaoh and his chiefs, with our clear signs, and invited them to Islam, they said, this is nothing but baseless sorcery. We never heard such a thing in the time of our forefathers. Musa stated, my Rabb knows best who it is that comes with him from guidance, and who will gain the reward of the hereafter. Surely the wrongdoers will not attain felicity. Pharaoh said, O chiefs, you have no other God that I know of except myself. O Haman, bake for me bricks from clay, and build me a high tower so that I may climb it to see the God of Musa. Most surely I think him to be one of the liars. He and his warriors were arrogant in the land without any right. They thought that they would never be brought back to us. So we seized him and his warriors and flung them into the sea. See what was the end of the wrongdoers? We made them leaders who started calling people to hellfire, but on the day of resurrection they will not get any help. We laid a curse on them in this world, and on the day of resurrection they will be of the despised. We gave Musa the book, the Torah, after we had destroyed the former generations, an eye-opener, a guide and a blessing, so that they may be reminded. O Muhammad, you were not present on the western side of the mountain when we gave Musa the law, nor did you witness that event. We raised many generations, and a long time has passed over them. You were not living among the people of Madian, reciting to them our revelations. But it is we who are sending to you the news of that time. Nor were you at the side of the mountain of Tur when we called out to Musa. But it is your Rabb's mercy that you are being given this information, so that you may forewarn a nation to whom no warner had come before you. Maybe they will take heed, so that they may not be able to say, when a disaster befalls them on account of their misdeeds, our Rabb, had you sent us a Rasul, we would have followed your revelations and become the believers. Now that the truth has come to them from us, they are saying, why is he, Muhammad, not given the like of what was given to Musa? Have they not rejected that which was given to Musa before? They claim these Torah and Quran are the two works of sorcery complementing each other. And they say, we disbelieve in both. Ask them, bring a book from Allah which is a better guide than these two. I will follow it if what you say be true. So if they do not meet this demand, you should know that they only follow their own desires. And who is more misguided than the one who follows his own desires rather than the guidance from Allah? In fact, Allah does not guide such wrongdoing people. Ayah 15. Surah Qasas, Ayah 15.